And we're back. So, this one I've had in my queue for a little while. I can't spell to save my life. Crime opera, The Butterfly Effect. So, I've actually gotten all the achievements in this because I needed to get to my 666 appropriately quickly. And this one took like 5 minutes to zoom through. But what I wanted to do was play the story a little bit. So I'm going to set my timer. What I wanted to do was play the story a little bit because I felt like it at least deserved a playthrough. So that's why I have picked it up today. So it was developed by Crime Opera Studios and Ratalaika Games. Published by East Asia Soft, came out on the 28th of April 2021. I'm a little bit behind with this one. I'm trying to clear from the beginning of my queue as well as picking up some others. So I thought this visual novel would be sort of a nice in-between. We're going for a mix of different genres today. I have a chill simulation, a visual novel that looks a teensy bit bloody. Oops. And then a puzzle game to round up. So this is available for the price of £18.39 or $9.99. Has been on sale before for 40% off. It is a visual novel. So the story is: explore a tale of loyalty, deceit and murder through the eyes of the mafia family's children. Following the sudden death of a mafia family's matriarch, her sons Geralt and Xander are put on the defensive as former partners threaten to take over their collective business ventures for themselves. See through the eyes of the Gallo children as they witness murders, kidnappings and other crimes wrought upon their households by their own fathers. So a little bit of a flip from the other one. So it has 24 chapters. We will possibly not even barely get through one, but we're going to give it a go. Let me just check I've not got everything turned on like ridiculous. Let's put it on minimum. Background music. Let's have some. So transitions off. Go. Now it's got some music. So we're going to start. Thank you for downloading Crime Opera. You can either read straight through as a kinetic novel, or you can choose to read it with the addition of choices and alternate routes to shed more light on the world surrounding the characters. Please choose which version you prefer to read. Visual novel, choices included. So yeah, I want to be able to rate this game. Even though I've got all the achievements. Achievement is basically, they're all story based for finishing each chapter, so there's nothing there. Every criminal has a past, a family, a reason to live, love, fear, and to hate. Crime opera, The Butterfly Effect. Why does my stream not always post? Did I accidentally close something that I wasn't supposed to? Anyway, so an Italian-American crime family from New Jersey. Through the eyes of 6 Gallo children. Shana, Ronnie, Amy, Kevin, Bertie, excuse me, Andy. Oh god, kids with guns. Hopefully it doesn't start out too brutal. Smiling kids covered in blood is always funny. Funny bad. Gerald, Xander, Molly, and Alice. I'm assuming they're the parents. There's a grandma, of course, and a possibly dodgy uncle, and another small child, Maya, and Hans Bianchi, Serena McIntosh, Terence Childers, Gavin Russo, Albert Morris, Casey Rollins. Video by White Charisma. I like how it's got the sort of credits mixed in at the beginning. Part 1 of a 6-part series. Following the gallows from childhood to old age. Tale of loyalty and deceit. It's going way too fast to read. You have to strengthen frailty of family bonds. Crime opera, the butterfly effect. No, I haven't seen any other ones. This is the only one that's published on Xbox, so there we go. It's weird. It feels almost like the waves are throwing the wind directly at my face. Just as the water begins to topple over itself, I feel the soft breeze get cooler and stronger as it reaches my skin. It's like the waves are alive, reaching out to say hello. I know that's such a childish thought, and I'm glad my parents can't read my mind, because if they could, they would scold me for sure. They remind me all the time now that I'm not such a little kid anymore. I'm 12 whole years. I'm thinking like a grown-up. Ooh, to think at least 18. Do you have to start thinking like a grown-up? You get to be a kid when you're 12. Come on. In a few short months, I'll finally be a teenager, and as I've been told, I have to start setting an example for my younger brothers and sister. Still, it's hard to shake the feelings that the waves are trying really, really hard to tell me something. Maybe I'm just not listening hard enough. Mum always tells me that I never listen when I'm supposed to, but it's not my fault I have more important things to think about most of the time. She says that's the reason I never properly learned to speak Italian, which is the language that my dad speaks all the time. Speaks it sometimes too, but not as often. I think it's because Dad always makes fun of her accent. They tried to teach me when I was littler, but it was too hard. It wasn't at all because I didn't pay attention. It sounds stupid anyway. I don't know why people would bother to try and learn it in the first place. You really need to know one language anyway, and here in America, most people only speak English. I know I'm constantly being reminded that I could have a good career in translation when I'm older, but that isn't what I want to do at all. Mum has always said that I can be anything I want as long as I work really hard for it. I listen when she tells me that, at least. I don't have to listen to her all the time to know how things are, though. Sometimes I just know things, like how her and Dad don't get along very well anymore. In fact, I can barely remember a time when they ever did get along well. I know it has something to do with my dad's work. He doesn't let me know anything about his job, and Mum gets really angry at him whenever I ask him about it. She doesn't say anything to him in an angry way, she just gets this weird look on her face and leaves the room. That's when you know she's really angry. She doesn't yell very much when she's mad, not the way Dad does anyway. He gets really loud and likes to throw things. Now that I'm older, he likes to hit me when I'm being bad. The only time Mum ever yells is when he does that. She doesn't think I'm old enough to get hit yet. What, the fish? I don't think you should ever be able to hit me. I don't think I'm really a bad kid either. Not bad enough that I should get big punishments like that, at least. Too right, dear. Get out. Get out when you can. I always hated being spanked when I was little, but being hit in the face with an open hand hurts a lot more. Now I miss being spanked. It doesn't seem fair. Just because I'm the oldest daughter, I get much worse punishments than my younger sister does. But then again, my younger brothers have been belted a few times. Because they're boys, and I would probably hate that even more. Mum doesn't like it when he does that to them either. I think she would stop him if she was strong like he is. She tries to stop him best she can by yelling at him and putting herself between Dad and me, or between him and my brothers. It always ends the same way though. We still get punished, and then Mum and Dad fight for the rest of the night. I wonder why things always get harder when you get older. When I was littler, I always wanted to grow up fast so that I could have my own stuff, go wherever I wanted and do whatever I felt like doing. Now that I am older, I don't like it as much as I thought I would, and it looks like it'll only get even harder as I grow up even more. It's okay though. The waves don't need to hear about my problems or worries right now. Everyone has their share of troubles to deal with. That's what they're trying to tell me. Isn't it such a peaceful sound? My grandma surprises me from behind. I wonder how long she's been watching me. Or was it the waves she was watching? Yeah. This is the best place to clear one's head when they need to. Is that what you're doing here, Shana? I don't know. I'm just watching. I don't like talking to Grandma very much. I never have. There's something really weird about her, but I can never really figure out what it is. I don't find the words that I want to use when she's around. It's just weird. Well, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to say hello and tell you that your cousins have arrived as well. Oh no, I didn't forget. Today is our summer family get-together, and everyone is coming here for dinner. I never cared much for those kinds of things. They're never all that fun for me. My cousins aren't very close in age to me, so we aren't really friends. Plus, it isn't such a special occasion to me either. I'm going to see my cousins all the time. My dad and my uncle are very close. They even work together and are co-partners in their business. The business I'm not allowed to know anything about. That's why our families are always having visits and dinners together. Grandma is still looking at me and I haven't answered her yet. Hi. That's all she wanted to hear, right? What else can I really say other than okay? When you're done watching the waves, I'm sure your aunt and uncle would love to say hello to you too. She wanders off towards the house and I'm left by myself again. Grandma has this weird way of talking. Sometimes she sounds like she's making a suggestion when she's really just giving you an order. Now is one of those times, I think. I hate feeling cornered like that, but I feel like she ruined my train of thought anyway. I might as well head back to the house. Shauna, there you are. Hi, Dad. Come say hello to your aunt and uncle. There she is, getting more beautiful with each passing day. And so big. Hi. I don't have anything else to say. They make me feel shy saying things like that. I really like my aunt and uncle. Sometimes I wish my dad was more like Uncle Gerald. I don't think Uncle Gerald hits his kids. My Aunt Alice is a strict person. She's always really serious. She's a bad person, though. Her and my mum get along pretty well, too. You're going to be quite the heartbreaker, young missy. In fact, I suspect you already have boys falling for you left and right. Is that true? She's 12! Oh! I must yell it, partly out of embarrassment, so partly because of the look on my dad's face. The reason he looks mad so now is because there is a boy. His name is Gavin. He's my friend. My dad doesn't like him, though. He says he's worthless and poor. And my dad yells at him every time he comes round to our house. Never seems to stop Gavin, though. Most nights he climbs up the side of our house and crawls through my window so we can talk for a few hours. My dad's never caught him doing that yet. Still, I worry what would happen if he ever did. Ah, ha ha ha. I'm sure they're all just intimidated by your charming good looks and humble Italian upbringing. Pretty soon, though, they'll all be swarming you like wasps. Yes, well, nothing like a little pest control to end the summer off with. Nah, I'll leave it to your old man to rain on your parade. Rain in on your parade, eh? Kids, come say hello to your cousin. Saved. Thanks to Aunt Alice's quick thinking. Hi. How are you, Shana? I'm fine, how are you? Good, thank you. You'll feel so fake. When our parents are watching, this is how we're supposed to act around each other. Proper and polite. Izzie's pretty new at it since she's only 7 years old. She's just a few months older than my sister Amy. Kevin is older than I am. He's 15 and practically a grown-up now. It's weird to think that in 3 more years, the other kids will be looking up to me in the same way, like I'm a grown-up. Shauna, why don't you and your cousins go inside the house to see your brothers? I didn't even notice my mum standing there, not until she started talking, I mean. Where else would she be, though? Now that I think about it, where is Maya? Maya's another one of my cousins, and she's just a baby. She's only 2. I look around, but I don't see her anywhere. They must have gotten a sitter for her tonight. Maybe she was acting up or something. I shrug to myself and leave my cousins inside the house towards the playroom. We make our way through the short hallways of my house, and the sounds of my younger brother's voices get louder with each step we take. I can just imagine what will happen when we get there. be left standing in my corner, not having much to do or say. My brothers will fight with one another over the new race car track they just got, and my cousins will watch stupidly from the side, hoping for a chance to try it out. I'll stay for a few minutes, but when no one is watching, I'll slip away to my room. You aren't doing it right, idiot! It's my turn! I can do it how I want! And you're just gonna mess it up again. Stop fighting, you two. Kevin and Izzy are here, and they get a turn too. Oh, hi! It's still my turn! I get the same old typical reactions from both of them. Ronnie's 10 and Bertie's only 8. He's a lot more mature than Bertie, but you wouldn't know it by the way they argue all the time. I find them equally annoying. Kids are kids. Allergies, not COVID. I tested. Or possibly a bit just run down. Hence the holiday. Be nice to have a break from London. That's the main thing, getting out of London. I need to pack, but I've gotten everything out. I just need to put stuff in my suitcase, but I can do that tomorrow. Contemplating cheese. I feel like cheese should always be contemplated. And the washing up. Ugh. I'm gonna do that before I go away for a week. Anyway, at the same time though, I feel like Bertie's been acting really weird for the last while. He used to scream and yell to get his way whenever he could. Lately though, he doesn't do any of that. He's just very persistent. Is persistent the right word? Don't know. He's so sure of himself, he just gets this kind of look in his eyes, that staring look he's giving right now. Probably just growing up and becoming his own person. I guess I'm only making a big deal out of it, because the change seems so sudden. He's so young, so he had to start changing at some point. Anyway, I guess that's my brothers for you, an odd pair as my mother calls them. It's fine, I don't need to turn. I'm not very interested in race cars, and Izzy's probably too young to be playing with those things. I am not. Yes, you are. You aren't the boss of me. I am a big girl. Fine, go ask Mum and Dad if you're so sure. But I didn't say I wanted to turn, just said that I could if I wanted to. Yeah, huh. Izzy is just like I was at 7 years old, always quick to prove that she's adult enough to do what she likes. Someday she'll know what I want, that growing up... Oh, someday she'll know what I know, that growing up is harder and harder all the time. I almost want to tell her that now, but I'm sure she wouldn't listen to me even if I did. Some things you just have to wait for in order to really understand. I feel weird leaving the room now since Kevin and Izzy aren't going to play with the cars. There's no chance they won't notice I'm gone either. Not really sure what I should do. Shan, do you know where Amy is? Oh, I've forgotten about her. Where the heck is that crazy 6-year-old? Izzy and Amy are always playing with each other because they're almost the same age. I hadn't expected her to be in here with my brothers, but I figured we would have seen her on our way here, or at the very least heard her. I guess she's in her room or something. I'm gonna go check, okay? Okay, I'll go with you. Ha! An escape. When Izzy and Amy start playing, I can move on to my bedroom. The perfect plan. God, I'm bored. As soon as we get up the stairs, you run into Amy in the hallway. There you are. Have fun. I move away without any problem. They don't even notice me as I leave. Alone at last. I flop onto my comfy bed and shut my eyes for a few seconds. I can't stay up here forever, but it'll be okay for a little while. Wondering what I should do now that I'm free of everyone else, I open my eyes and... Hi. It's Gavin. Sorry, I just remembered I have to send a text. Bear with me a moment. I remember things. There we go. Hi. What? Scared ya. Gavin, what are you doing here? I was bored. You know what my dad will do if he catches you going through my window? How do you even get in with him sitting out in the backyard? Huh? Oh, I guess I've been waiting here for a while. No one was back there when I first came in. This is bad. How are you going to leave without them noticing? I don't know. Guess you're stuck with me for the night. Doesn't scare easily, but he's never been hit by my dad before either. If he had, he'd be shaking in his socks right now. This is really bad. I come up with a plan to get him out of here before my parents see him. You worry too much. No one's going to catch me. That's what you said the last time you got caught wandering around our house. That was before you told me he was hurting you. Wasn't such a big deal for me back then. Besides, he's never caught me sneaking into your room before. It's the first time for everything. It's something I hear my parents say all the time. I don't know if it's true or if it's just some silly figure of speech, but it makes me worry anyway. Whatever, so tell me the rest of the story. The rest of what story? And the one about your last dance competition. Oops, I forgot. The last time Gavin was here, I was telling him about the dance competition I almost won last week. My parents started arguing really loudly, so Gavin left before I could finish telling him about it. Can't remember where I left off though. Where did I leave off? Clarissa tripped and fell in the middle of her routine, so did you win? Oh yeah, no, she did fall, but the teacher still let her win. Even though I never made any mistakes, I still lost somehow. Oh, doesn't make any sense. I know, my dad got real angry and started yelling at the teacher and asking what I did wrong, but only came in second place. He did? Yeah, it was embarrassing. I could have just died. My dad's a proud person and status means a lot to him. Even if he doesn't treat us all as well as he could at home, he doesn't let other people put us down or disrespect us in any way. Doesn't make up for it. But I know this had child abuse in. I would have been a little reticent about streaming it, but hey. Well, give it another half hour and see. Yeah, in fact, I don't have to wait for the timer to go off. I can just stop at 10 and then I play the Fluffy Cube puzzles, because that's Fluffy Cube puzzles is my next one. I used to be okay with it because it felt like he really cared about me, but now I'm old enough to know it's just about appearances and the way it makes him look. Sounds like it. He really screamed at her in front of everyone. My instructor is a boy, but yes, in front of everyone. Your teacher is a guy. Yeah. What? That's weird. No, it isn't. It's classy. He'd be a true gentleman if he didn't hate me so much. Boys don't dance. A gentleman does. No, ballet is only for girls. Oh my god. Outdated much. It is not. It is too. He must have the mind of a girl or something if he does that. Please note, the views expressed in this game do not in any way reflect my views. I freaking love ballet, and I know that it is for boys and for girls and everyone in between. I was obsessed with Zelda as well as when I was a kid. Ironically, since I moved to London, I have still not been. Maybe I should go at some point. But yeah, I am well aware that ballet is not just for girls. And also, don't hit your kids. This game seems designed to piss me off and upset me. Yeah, I know. Which is why we're doing a short... No, I didn't know that, but we're just going to do a short stream of it. Just a showcase type thing. Honestly, the mood I'm in, a lot of games could piss me off. I've been feeling sick all week, which is slightly annoying. And I don't know whether it's something I ate or I'm developing an allergy to something. But it is an unpleasant feeling. And I'm hoping that going away will make me feel better. And we still need to coordinate for week after. Figure out what the plan is. But yes, Gavin can be so stupid sometimes. I hate fighting with him over things like this, but he needs to know what it's like to be a true gentleman. The only reason my dad doesn't like him is because he doesn't think what it takes to be one. Yes! Yeah, that's why I'm not streaming, Dan. If I was just having a holiday, I would stream. But no, I'm going to cat sit again. See my niece. So getting away from London for a long weekend, and then I'm back, and I will do an extra stream on the Wednesday, because I'm back on the Wednesday, and then I've got Thursday off as well, because, well, I wanted also some time to do some sorting in here. Still got a pile of boxes from before Christmas, and piles of other stuff that could just do with a little bit of energy to put away. And I figure if I've had a relaxing week, I'll have some energy. No. I mean, honestly, if I take a break from work but I don't go anywhere, I would stream more. Probably. It's fine. I don't necessarily know whether I said. I think I've mentioned holiday with the cats, but that doesn't necessarily give it context. But yeah, no, I'm going up to my brother's, see my niece, sit with the cats, play some games, totally knock out all of my random to-do list achievements except the ones I'm going to stream. So when I get back, I'm going to be top of the leaderboard. But yeah, no, just get out of London, because London is London. Get somewhere quiet, change of scenery, change of food. Get some walks and some fresh air and scones, fudge, good stuffs. Just have a break. I also read some books, because I have not read a lot of my books. So I'm taking a selection of books. Should be good. And then yeah, get back, do a little bit of sorting, and then I'll be fresh for work. Oh dear. Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll probably just have a very small break after this game before we pick up on the next one. Plan is solid. Yeah, indeed. I mean, like all good laid plans, it will go to pieces as soon as the first thing hits. But yeah, my niece will turn... she's 2. She will turn 3 this year. In a couple of months. Which is a scary thought. I'm not quite sure what we're doing for her birthday. I haven't even thought about presents. But hey. Should be 3. I should probably just get her a book or something. Books are good. They're also postable. But yeah. Oh, that means my friend's kid will be 4 this year. Interesting. Yes. Due next month. Congratulations, Uncle Dan. I think he did, because you mentioned if it's the same sister that was ill. I think you mentioned she was pregnant. I don't know. I have vague memories potentially of you saying that, or I could just be making it all up to save face. But either which way, congratulations. New nibbling. Nibblings are cute, and you can spoil them as uncle/aunt and hand them back after. Fill them up with sugar and hand them back. So yeah, cool. That's really sweet. Oh yeah. It's just, I can't believe this week's gone so fast, because it's like I kept on looking at my calendar, and then it's like suddenly it's March, and then yeah, suddenly I planned this like last year. At least I've booked 1 set of tickets. That reminds me also, I just have to update my reminders. I swear I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. So we need to look into those fine. Train tickets for Grandpa is done. Yeah. I mean, nibblings can be any gender. And I think you mean sex rather than gender. But anyway. Yeah, this week has really flown. Seriously, it was like Monday, and I was finishing off Danganronpa, and then suddenly it's Thursday, and I'm not quite sure what happened in between. I think I blinked and missed it. Kind of like this morning when one alarm went off, and then I was like, oh. And then suddenly my alarm that goes off an hour later went off, and I'm like, what happened? Very confused. I mean, it was up at 4 o'clock because I felt like ass. But you know. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not really into the story particularly. I know we've only gone in like 20 minutes, half an hour. But parents that hit their kids, not a good thing. But anyway, let's do another 20 minutes and have a little break. Okay. I always wonder what it would take to make my dad like him. If I could someday get Gavin to act like a mature gentleman, maybe Dad would let him come to the house sometime. Very much doubt it. You're so immature. I'm not. And anyway, why does the teacher hate you so much? I don't know. I'm trying to think back. I don't think I've done anything wrong during my recitals, but I do remember a bunch of times when my dad yelled at the teacher for not paying enough attention to me. I'm guessing teacher doesn't hate you. I'm guessing teacher is just trying not to irritate your dad, but not doing a very good job of it. It isn't my fault, but the teacher probably doesn't like me because of my father. Who cares? He's just a mean person, that's all. And a girly man too. Throw the whole boy away. So immature. I roll my eyes at him and make a long breathing noise. I do that a lot when I talk to him. I can't help it, it just happens automatically. I need to try and stop doing that though. I'm starting to think he likes it too much. Anyways, I should have won. Well, if it were a real competition, you probably would have. Yeah, that's true. I have one next month. Good. Stomach's feeling kind of weird right now. I'm worried about how I'm going to get him out of here. Best chance will be when dinner is ready. You can slip out when we're all seated at the table in the dinner table in the kitchen. I keep thinking about it while we talk about stupid stuff. He doesn't look worried. He's never worried. Just then I hear my mum's voice call out. Kids, dinner's ready. Out of time. It's hard to enjoy talking with Gavin when I keep thinking my dad will burst through the door at any minute. I wish I was allowed to have him stay here. Well, time for me to go. My dad's barbecuing, so you can't go out the way you came in. So I'll wait till he goes inside. He's going to be in and out until all the food's done. I'll wait. I wish I could be so sure. I guess there's nothing I can do but trust him. It's so hard not being in control of things. Oh, I feel you, kid. Make sure you wait at least 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll be fine. Okay. Okay, bye. He starts to move towards my door, but I'm still not feeling any better about it. Maybe it's partly because I wish he would stay. He usually doesn't come to see me until it's dark out. Since he was here early today, I have to wait extra long before seeing him next time. Whenever that ends up being. Dinner was pretty boring. Maybe it's because my mind was somewhere else. I really don't think so, though. I always find these dinners to be boring. Parents talk, but they don't really talk about anything interesting. Even though my dad and uncle work together, they never mention anything about it when they're around the rest of the family. When everyone finishes, I run back to my room, hoping no one notices me. I'd rather go back to the beach, but there's no reason to risk getting into trouble over it if they can't find me later on. Tonight of all nights, I just want the day to end peacefully. I am so tired. Not my body, but my mind. My mind feels like it just wants to rest. As tired as I am, sleep doesn't come to me as quickly as I'd hoped. Maybe my body needs to get tired too. I feel like sleep is just within my grasp, but I don't know how to take that final step into it. That is such a good way of describing it. I'm only half awake when I hear everyone saying their goodbyes at the front door. Only now does it occur to me that Grandma is staying here for the night, and she'll be sleeping in my room. I guess it's the couch for me tonight. Darn, that did it. I'm wide awake again. Shauna! My dad calls from the front hall. He sounds really angry. I guess our company's gone now, except for Grandma. I hear him stomping up the stairs towards my room. I knew there was no way to keep this night peaceful. Bam. The door crashes open and he appears in the doorway. Young lady, you have some explaining to do. That was extremely rude of you to disappear to your room all night without even having the courtesy to come and say goodbye to our guests. Sorry, I'm tired. That's no excuse for just deliberate discourtesy. We've raised you better than that. Sorry. He looks hard and long at me, his eyes tear into mine, and I have to look away in fright. I don't know what else to do. Do you think I wouldn't know what's going on in here? Do you think I'm stupid? I don't know what he's talking about, but it could only mean that things are going to get a lot worse really fast. Where is he? Huh? Don't you play games with me, young missy. Where's that little street brat? He's not here. Don't you lie to me. Come on, you little heathen. He isn't here. I see how it is. Gone in the nick of time, eh? Do you think that means I'm just going to let you get away with it? No. Of course not. This night can only end one way for me, and all I can do is sit here and take it. Yeah, I'm gonna call it at this point for this game, because I am not prepared to sit through child abuse. Not with my past. I will be prepared to be surpassed, Dan. Congratulations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a tea break. So I obviously appreciate getting the code for streaming purposes, but this is not content that I can get behind. This is personal triggers. Nothing to do with the, well, okay, you really shouldn't have child abuse in a game, but also just personal trigger. You know, I've talked about my PTSD before, so for my mental health, I'm going to stop this particular game here. I'm going to have a tea break and get some tea, and then I'm going to play Fluffy Kittens in cubes. So, I'm going to stop the recording for this one, and then this VOD.